Hi, I'm Paul Grenon, and I'm here with Martin Rust, the Director of the Security and Policy Institute of Professional Development at the University of Ottawa. Today we will be talking about Canada and a rapidly changing geopolitical world. How is Canada viewed in the world?
Well, we're talking a lot about security and in the context of security, and it's one of the things that we spend a lot of time talking about here at the Security and Policy Institute. One of the things that we get to do on a daily basis is bring people from various government departments and agencies together and talk about the kinds of policies that we want as a country and as a government, and in fact the world in which we live. And as you say, it's a broad world, and Canada doesn't operate in a vacuum. I think there are things that Canada does very, very well, and obviously we're very proud of our flag and our reputation, and around the world Canadian companies, I think, do extremely well. I think this whole area of cybersecurity is a challenge. It's a challenge in many areas, and in some cases we're pursued as we're viewed as being vulnerable on a cybersecurity level, and we know for a fact that we are considered to be propagators of threat in some cases. So this is a big challenge for us to overcome. But I see, as the technology evolves and as the policies change, it's something that people are very aware of and certainly considering.
And what would you say are the opportunities, or in other words, what are the trends?
Well, certainly in terms of opportunities, our relationships with other countries and for Canadian businesses to trade around the world. These have always been important. They're certainly important today, and they're only going to be more important as the world shrinks and gets smaller and smaller. So being able to operate in a secure environment and demonstrate that security and those kinds of protocols and things, both at an organizational level and at a government level, that is going to be extremely important going forward. So countries that have, say, perhaps stricter privacy legislation will be viewed more positively in some respects. Some countries and jurisdictions that focus more on sort of freedom of information and less on the privacy, perhaps may have some challenges going forward. So the opportunities and the trends will be at a national level. An international level, we're going to be talking about these things like privacy legislation and the kinds of things that governments can do to protect information and provide secure environments in which to do business. That's relatively new. It's actually not been on the plate for many, many years, and I think going forward it's a significant trend.
And what about pitfalls? Should Canada be avoiding some obstacles?
Well, I think anything that we do that makes us look like we're not a safe and secure place to do business, we are. And I think sometimes we're pretty harsh on ourselves. We are very aware of some of the recent hacks and breaches in security, and we've certainly had some challenges. But the truth is, in Canada, we do a much better job of things perhaps than other countries do. And our privacy legislation is actually significantly further ahead than many, many other countries. It's based on some European legislation and European background. So I think we're hard on ourselves sometimes, and I think we should very much be looking forward to the opportunities that as we get better and better at this, and as the government in general, and I certainly in some very specific areas, adopts some of the new protocols around security, we're going to find some of these opportunities really open up.
Thank you, Martin. My name is Paul Grenon, and I'm here with the Security and Policy Institute of Professional Development. I had the great pleasure of speaking with the director, Martin Rust. Thank you very much.